49 to carry out 59. So we just all got to start for me and dealing with social and got to do it. Spiritual center.
What's up, fellow Mexicans and Xbox people? We're back to publishing stuff on YouTube. A lot of stuff has happened since my last post, such as like the World Cup ended. And, that was pretty cool. I mean, one can only dream. I made this video a long time ago, because I was like, I don't think Mexico would ever score against Germany. Obviously, FIFA reality. I scored 10 goals, and I never could have foreseen that Mexico would defeat Germany 1-0 at the actual, FIFA World Cup. So, yeah, that was pretty damn surprising, But, I enjoyed the World Cup. I actually took a week off from work because I had saved up a lot of hours, to do so, and that was quite nice, Me and the girlfriend used to wake up every morning, just kind of like do coffee and Mexican sweetbread and stuff like that, so that was always really fun, Big shout out to everybody who woke up early and went to the pubs. We had tons of coffee instead. But yeah, FIFA 19 is what you're, if that's your thing, that's pretty cool. Here we have like a file that I also did with France. France was my second and probably choice, as many people. I think a lot of people knew that their home team was gonna be their main team to support at the Russia, World Cup. And, I think France was definitely a very, very even team. So congrats to the French, on winning the World Cup. It was definitely kind of fun. It was kind of not expected, but not unexpected. They were kind of like some of the favorite ones. And through EA Access, I think we get the new FIFA game pretty early on, so I think I might actually do it this time. I don't know how Ronaldo switching teams will affect the cover. But yeah, anyways, so once again, congratulations to the French for winning the World Cup. The whole world was definitely envious. And Mbappe, it's like number 10 over here. A brand new legend for everybody. Now, aside from that, I've been spending a lot of time with, the Mass Effect that nobody liked. I think it's because I started to play it again once I got my 4K TV. I was checking out my file, and I think I've been putting the file set like 21. And I'm like, there's no way I just put in 21 hours in this game. There's been way more time that I spent there, and I think it's like 21 days or something crazy like that. I don't know. I'll go back and check it out again. I need to make room because I definitely want to upgrade to the Scorpio. I didn't upgrade to the Xbox One X, so I definitely want to do it this Christmas. The other game that I was spending quite a lot of time in, Assassin's Creed Origins. Another one that I want to play on the Xbox One X. And now that we got the other one, Odyssey, I'm going to play them both. I'm going to play the expansion on AC Origins, and I'm going to play Odyssey also on the Xbox One X, just because, the games look really pretty, but they are going to look amazing on the Xbox One X, and I'm going to try to go as soon as possible to try and get that deal where you pay monthly for the Xbox One X. I might record a little video on that. Now what you're seeing over here, it's it's the OG Morrowind on the OG Xbox. I went out of my way to seek out a golden box for the game disc. Why? Because I'm a nerd, and I figured, Morrowind and Elder Scrolls was kind of like my generation's Zelda, and the NES for Zelda was in a golden box and a golden package, and it was kind of a big deal. So that's just me nerding out. So when I heard that Elder Scrolls was going to be online, I was kind of excited, but I didn't understand it at first. I didn't like the gameplay, and I had a really crappy TV. So that was a couple years ago. Now, when I got my 4K TV, I was kind of like, I'm going to give it a shot, and boy was I surprised. This expansion on Somerset was, on sale, so I was like, okay, I'm going to buy the expansion. And I was like, wow, this game's actually kind of pretty. So, and I started to play, as I always do, as a dark elf. And I had to go to, my people, dark elves. I was not expecting to meet a in-game god, Vivek, over here, and I did all the quests for this particular reason, that they give you the permission to buy a house on Morrowind, and since I have a hard time collecting like 1 million coins in game, I might actually just have to put some real money down and get a house, because I was like, it's ridiculous that I went out of my way to do this quest, the hero of Morrowind, or the savior of Morrowind, and not buy the house, right? So this is the end of the cutscene. But yeah, I always play as a dark elf, just because Morrowind was the first game that I ever played in the series. Here you can kind of see like a temporary house that I got in the desert. It's got a nice little dining room table, a lot of cool carpets, and the Red Guard style. It's kind of cool rearranging all this cool stuff. You can get some pets. And I was, I bought some, chests to store things in, because I was getting a lot of items that I needed to store. So yeah, this is kind of like a nice, humble house, but I definitely want to get the one in Morrowind. It looks pretty cool. Can't wait to show it to you guys on 4K, including my Dark Elf, emblem up there. Now, one of the coolest things to do in the game is just kind of explore, Here you kind of see like a portal. Drop these 3 guys, and basically portals of Daedra, and, demons from from the Oblivion are kind of taking over all over Tamariel. So you kind of get this quest where you were going to fight these entities that drop out of the sky. And when it's, these 3, or, it's basically you're on your own. So you kind of want to be able to have some pretty good armor and, know your moves, because they drop a second amount of bad guys. And over here I installed a ring of fire, a little circle, and I updated it a couple of fucking times. Just because, at first it wasn't that powerful, but you kind of know what you're doing. You want to attack like a magic person with weapons, because they don't have any kind of protection. And on giant beasts that are very bulky, you want to do a lot of magic on them. Also, if they're breathing fire, as you can kind of see, my fire weapons don't really do a lot of damage, so I kind of have to go at it again and again. My armor, basically I've upgraded a couple times, but you kind of want to be able to enchant your armor, your shoes, your weapons, your shield, and basically go all out and figure out what kind of stats and what kind of character you want to play as, The other cool thing that you want to do is charge a potion so that you don't die. I was this close to beating this one bad guy, and the potion was not refilling pretty well. You get these soul gems that kind of revive you on the spot, but sometimes what happens is that the bad guy quest resets. Over here, I was under the impression that this bad guy was going to be impossible to beat. So I developed a strategy, whereas, he was definitely reviving a tons of bad guys and was trying to follow me. So I kind of baited him to this little area, and I kind of knew that getting him out of the comfort zone was going to be key. And like I said, you know, you want to be able to get the most out of your character, and this is a updated version of the Circle of Fire that I showed you guys early. And as you can see, the bad guy is caught in there and is losing energy really damn quickly. Don't bother with the minions, they'll die if you kill the bad guy, the main boss. So yeah, you know, develop your own strategy. I've been using the bow more recent instead of just a shield and mace. Now here I am exploring and I see this like giant Oblivion gate open, and I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go down there and check it out. And I see these figures on the left running towards it, and I was like, oh, there's a way shrine where, you know, you can travel. And I see all these really cool cool players go, and I was like, you know what, let's do this. You know, just kind of like all hyped and stuff. I was like, I don't know, I hadn't been to this location, so I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And much to my surprise, this is some of the fun aspects of the multiplayer. You can be doing your own quest and do your own thing, and then join multiplayers, you know, and trying to beat some of these bigger bosses. And this is pretty damn awesome. Like, I just stumbled on this. I did my emblem, my ring of fire against the bad guys, and that seemed to contribute quite a bit. The other cool thing is that somebody, you know, does like enhance your magic, kind of like enchantments. Others will do like revive players on the spot, or, you know, cast like some kind of healing for everybody. And yeah, that's pretty damn awesome. If you see some characters here that are basically like a black silhouette, is because, you know, the game is not able to render all their particulates. And yeah, it's a pretty damn engaging fight. You know, once you complete one of them, you can redo them again and again and join your friends. And it's a really good way to, like, you know, get new XP and just level up your characters. You know, it's a good way of, like, if you're like a upper level and, you know, bring your friends and you're like, hey man, let's do this together, you know, because they are quite fun. Sometimes what I found out is that, you know, once you encounter these people, they'll be on, you know, like so many levels. You know, some of them would be like level 200 and something, or I don't know, something ridiculous, right? More than 50 for sure. 200 over 9,000. So then I see all these, you know, characters run away from it. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Where are they going? And somebody, you know, did a healing potion on me, so I'm kind of like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go check it out. Maybe there's something I missed. And what they're going to is they're going to a way shrine, and probably gonna hit up another Daedra, you know, Oblivion ring. So that's pretty cool. You know, they got their own stuff going. So yeah, that is basically kind of like what I've been doing. A lot of time spent in Elder Scrolls Online. And yeah, the game looks pretty cool. Kind of nice on the Xbox One S. And I can't wait to play it on 4K, you know, quite simply because this game is looking alright for, you know, online multiplayer. And I kind of want to bring the fight on 4K. Alright, peace out.